we need Lamar all around. Yo.
But Lamar this week was he did the cold tub.
That was hilarious. I appreciate. I'm glad you sent that, bro.
It was it was just dropped. Yo, I was like, dang, this is perfect for us today. But it's funny because I knew it was gonna be. First of all, I saw the first clip and I was like, it's gonna be funny. Because Kevin Hart, when Kevin Hart is just in the setting of, you can say what you want about his stand up and this and that or whatever. Kevin Hart is a funny dude. Like when he's just in the stand up, just talking and stuff like. He's just one of those people like if you around him probably more than likely. Just shooting it real quick. Yeah. He just probably mad funny. So I already knew he was going to do his thing when it comes to that. And we've been talking about like Lamar is mad funny.
Yes, yes.
Like of course we've seen the auditions for the Could Have Been records, but it's been various things throughout. His tweets, he's mad funny, yo.
I love the fact he's kind of show that side of him now. I think he's finally comfortable enough with being an NFL player because he's a vet at this point. Yeah, he's
a vet, yo.
And it's like, bro, you're hilarious. Keep doing it, dog. You giving the kids hope. You spreading positive narratives. You know what I mean? Like, yo, it was funny. Where you want to start
Kevin,
with that episode?
I'm going to start with the funny part, and then, but what I was going to say is it was funny, but there was also some questions that was asked in there that were actually some really good questions.
It was excellent questions.
Yeah. But the funny joint though, Kevin Hart was like, "Man, how can I get on the Ravens, yo?" And LeBar was like, "What can you do for us?" He was like, Kevin Hart said, "I could be in the slot." Lamar was like, "We got some tall whatever you got some
tall slots.
There's some tall dudes in the slot, yo." He was like, "I don't know." He said, "But that's when you expect it." He was like, "Man, I don't know. Maybe we could use you on the bench though." I was like, "Yo,
that's hilarious, bro.
Too funny, yo." But
Lamar.
But he asked Lamar about MVP and all of that. And Lamar was like, he was talking about like leading them into the next season and all of that. Lamar flat out, yo. He's like, I'm not even thinking about it.
Yeah, we not
like he's like, that. I'm not even thinking about it.
Yo, he's already done it twice.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter at this point. And it's everybody that understands football and doesn't have like some weird preconceived notion of just like a stubbornness block in their head knows that he was the best player in football last year. Like,
just gotta get it done.
He just gotta finish the task, yo.
It's gonna happen. But he talked about. I just want to run through a few things, man. He talked about the youth programs.
I like that
he was doing. You know what I mean? The 7-on-7 and other things he got going on. And he mentioned how he said he wasn't getting into a lot of trouble or anything like that. But he was like, it wasn't as many things.
Yeah.
So
and there's elements around. He understands like, yo, all you need to do is see something else, and it's like, all right, that could put you on a whole different path. I like that a lot about him.
Yeah, he was talking about like, when I was coming up, he said it wasn't like I was poor or nothing like that, but it was like I want, when I have a nice, house and stuff like that. And he said he was looking at how Kevin Hart was able to basically build his empire and stuff like that. So it's a really good game. He was like, he said he's in position to like get back to the kids.
I like
so
that.
He was like, he had to. The kids love Lamar.
To even be thinking about that though, at his age, with all that money, like that's real humility.
Remember Lamar was like that before the crazy contract though, yo. Like the kids love Lamar, yo. Remember the narratives be so crazy. I remember when Lamar was playing like football with the kids. When he was back in Florida, and running out there and doing all the stuff, and I remember it was like a thing on TV, like, oh, Lamar needs to be safe because he got hurt a few times. But he was like, oh, I don't think he should be doing. I'm like, yo, y'all gotta relax, yo.
And quiet as kept. Y'all don't even understand what that's like if you can't understand why that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So it's like don't even question it because you don't even understand, bro.
Man, he gonna be all right, yo. Like chill out. But that was good to see. But one of the key things, and we've noticed it, especially I feel like last year was he was doing it more the previous year. I feel like that was the year we started noticing more. But he was like one of his biggest challenges was being more of a vocal leader.
Yeah.
And he talked about how at first he was like basically like the Tim Duncan approach. I come in and basically work, and then you got to match me, lead by example. But he was like he learned. Especially like being the vet and playing the quarterback position, like bro, he was like, I got to talk to the guys more. He said he had been, and we've been seeing it.
And it's your offense. You running the offense, like bro. The quarterback is the most important position in football, so you definitely got to be a leader if you really want to be great.
Yeah,
and Pat Mahomes leads, like Tom Brady leads. Like,
I don't think he was. I think he just figured, naturally, I'm not a super. A rah-rah, because he was like, I'm not the big speech guy. Like, that's not my gift, like, Ray Lewis type stuff. But he was like, yo, I did really, got to talk to the guys a little bit more. Understand, especially as I'm getting better as a player and everybody raises our level for us to get to where we got to go. I gotta, because guys look up to him, yo.
Facts.
Guys on that team, especially the young guys that be coming, they look up to him, yo. It's like, yo, that's Lamar Jackson, dog. Like, so yeah, when you say something, it hold weight. So it was good to see that portion of it. Also, he was talking about how just the game was getting easy.
Yeah. Well, you could tell.
I still don't think we've seen the best Lamar. And last year was crazy.
Slowed down for him last year. Like
like
outside of that half with Buffalo, his season was almost perfect.
Yeah, it was
bro.
nearly flawless, yo.
It was almost perfect, yo. It was like, yo, I really can't complain about any aspect of his football. We should have just not got burnt so much as far as the secondary, and we probably would have won by 20. Like it was like that, yo, for a hot minute. And one of the things, like you were saying before, like shout out Kevin Hart's team because they asked a great question, and they was talking about the NFL Combine and how he felt about when he got drafted. And he was like, I felt disrespected. And he was like, you proved him wrong, basically. And then he said they had him listed as a wide receiver
quarterback wide receiver. He was like, what?
they tried to Tyrell Pryor, my mans, bro. You remember, when they...
Tyrell Pryor, yeah. He wanted to become a nice receiver.
He was decent, but it was like, yo...
But Lamar was way better than him, though.
Way better. He won a Heisman, bro.
And it's funny because he won
a Heisman.
Lamar was like, yo, I don't even know who this guy is. Yeah. He was talking about he was like wide receiver, quarterback, wide receiver. He was like, no, quarterback. I don't even know who he is, yo. But you know how the combine, you get there and they put the dual joint on you or whatever position. So they had probably the slash quarterback, wide receiver. And you get there and you like, wait a minute, yo, like what? Y'all just gonna try to tell me?
Yeah, I'm a quarterback,
I'm
bro.
either or. That's mad wild, yo.
Bro, he was a Heisman winning quarterback, and they called him a quarterback wide receiver.
And it wasn't like, all he did was just run. He was passing it crazy, yo. So, but it was I really liked that joint because it had the jokes and elements. They had the guys come out. It was fun, but it was some good questions they was throwing in there, and I just loved all his answers, yo. And I'm also glad he didn't, not saying I don't think he would have did a bad job, but I like him doing it after this many years in the NFL with more perspective and stuff like that, and his personality showing even more so now. So it was really good to see him do that joint now, yo. And you could tell Kevin Hart was happy to see him.
And like you said again, yo, Lamar is funny, yo, because they got the Raven wings that they was putting on, and he was like, why mine look like a thong, yo? I'm like, yo, that's mad funny, yo.
Yo, they gave him Kevin Hart's wings. Keep it real. It was the small wings, yo. He was wilding, yo. They're mad funny, yo. But I was gonna say Kevin Hart, he called him a legend and everything. Like you could tell Kevin Hart was happy because he was like, oh, we finally got. He was happy to get him on there.
Because Kevin Hart watches football and he yo, this is something that nobody else can do. Like what he can do, nobody else in the league can do that, bro. He literally changed the game of football. Like I single-handedly watch because year by year I'll usually catch at least one high school football game, bro. I remember when the Lamar MVP season happened. Then college, it was a wave of all these Russian quarterbacks now that could do both. You feel me? Dual threat quarterbacks. Now everybody wants to be a dual threat quarterback. Now that's in style, bro.
Well, we're going to salute. Of course, there's always been some guy like Randall Cunningham.
Yeah, Randall Cunningham.
But Michael Vick, his birthday was yesterday. So Michael Vick was the guy when we was but Lamar, and Michael Vick gave him his flowers already and everything and said he was better than him. But Lamar wanted mixing a much better, consistent passing game.
Yeah.
With the running and stuff like that. So he took it to the next level. Now you're seeing the Jaden Daniels.
And the thing with Lamar, he and I knock on wood, he has this awareness where he be in the mix. And he never really gets hit. I don't know if it's luck or he's just that can see stuff coming.
Well, we talked about it before.
That fast.
He's got running back vision.
Yeah, yo, I've seen times where he shimmy and slide under two guys and they run into each other and get hurt. And I'm like, how, Sway? But he's been doing it, bro. He's got consistently,
he's got the vision.
Yeah, Kevin Hart told him he was going to cut his arm.
He said Kevin Hart said it's only been two people. I was like, are you really like a human or whatever? He said it was Steph Curry. He said Steph Curry he said he cut his arm to see if something else would come out other than blood. And I guess other person was Lamar Jackson. So that was high praise, man. Because Steph Curry just an alien with the shot. I still be trying to figure out his damn magnets in the rim,
arguably the greatest point guard. Like you can argue that.
I mean, you could argue it.
You can argue it. Now, if it's true or not, I don't know. But this is the Ravens huddle. But
one thing you can't argue is he's the greatest shooter.
Yeah,
of all time.
yeah.
The one last thing on that Kevin Hart joint though was salute, because he asked how did you feel about how the city and everything embraced him, man. He was just like, man, he's like, man, it's just great. You know what I mean? But he did mention, he was like, man, it'd be a little shaky if you're not playing well, yo, because you know, this city.
Ghost asked him, was he responsible for the crime? I'm like, that's hilarious, bro. Kevin Hart is petty as hell.
He's like, nah. He's like,
I wouldn't say that.
He's like, yeah, I would.
That's mad funny, yo.
But thankfully, the Ravens have been good, though. He said you could feel it, though. He said, and plus the fan, like the city gives it they all. The fan, he said you could feel it, and that's the truth, yo.
They
like
really.
It's one. This is one of the. Of course, there's other fan, but all right. So like, there's a lot of big fan bases, but the Ravens. It's only few fan bases I feel like this, because like the Jaguars fan base ain't like that, bro. Like it's not like that everywhere.
And the energy here really be electric. Like once we really deep in the playoffs, so like going and like I remember going places because it sounds bad because it's the insanity era because we've lost every time in the playoffs. But like before last when we lost in the playoffs, I remember like going to a bar, like and grabbing your drink and going wherever you want to go to watch the game, right? People speaking, dapping each other up in places where it's normally like, yo, he said, when I'm here for the buy. I'm not talking to nobody.
They doing really well. Hey, it's just
they like, what we ready to do today, shorty? Like I'm like, we gotta get it done. It's that energy, bro.
Yeah, yo. So, man, salute to them, man, for doing that. The cold tub joint. Glad that they did that, and I'm glad it happened today. Get to speak on it because it was really fun watch.
We appreciate y'all huddling up with us. Continue to like, rate, and subscribe.
Yes, indeed, and please tell a friend and tell a friend. Share this everywhere.
Yeah, as of right now, like. Everything else is great.
Like it,
and we want you to do all of that. But liking helps us out if you want to see more content.
It's free to do, man.
It helps spread the word.
Peace.